If you've ever had any sort of cosmetic procedure done, whether it's anything from a facial and Botox to breast augmentation or a tummy tuck, you know that there are before and after photos that you take.
Yeah, Jason had a lot of excess foreskin removed recently. But anyway.
Before and after photos, man. Before and after.
Look,
whatever.
You told me, and I shouldn't have said that. It was in confidence.
That is...
It's a lot of extra, it's just saggy.
He has taken a lot of deep pics recently.
Yeah. That is true.
You have. Yeah, so you know that that's just part of the deal, right?
Yep.
But what you also expect to be part of the deal is that your face will be blocked off if they're using them on their website, which you have to give permission for. Your face is never included in those photos. And if you don't want those photos posted, you are also expecting them to remain confidential.
Yes.
Not posted online. However, there is a plastic surgeon in Las Vegas who is now expected to pay ransom because hackers broke into their computer network, stole the photos, before and after photos, with faces included, along with social security numbers, phone numbers, names, addresses, and the hackers posted it all online, contacted the cosmetic surgeon's office and said, pay us and we'll take it down.
Ooh.
The FBI is now involved.
They should be. And
they should be.
Bang. Because you got personal information. But on top of that, I mean, I'm embarrassed just about the photos when they take before and after Botox. I'm like,
same.
I'm like, no wonder why people look at me this way, because I'm disgusting.
Yeah.
Right?
It's always so up
So
close.
bright. But I can only imagine if you're getting something seriously done, like a lipo or the breast, your breasts are exposed, or a penile implant, or
whatever
Botox,
it is.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is. And you just expect that those photos are going, because you
private,
that are private, and you want to see the before and after. Everybody does, for yourself even.
And then if they turn out really well, then they can ask permission, and they use that sometimes.
And they would never post your face, No. But now the cosmetic surgeon's office is being sued by all of the patients whose stuff is online now.
So, I wonder if so if that happens, like if I were him, I would be like, I'm not paying the ransom. Because one thing, if you pay the ransom, doesn't guarantee anything. But is he the one responsible now? Like, can they sue him because is he responsible for some malicious attack?
Well, we have our official attorney, Lisa Lanier, on the phone to answer the question. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, he is in so much trouble, this plastic surgeon in Vegas, on 3 different levels, really. Because when you absolutely, when you're a healthcare provider, you have an absolute duty to make sure that you have protection on your computer network to keep this kind of thing from happening. And if you have the right software and you pay for the IT people to really lock it down, then this doesn't happen. And this was a terrible breach, because not only, like you said, did they have they publicized. They've put it out. These hackers have already put it on the internet. These patients' personal information, their names, the before and after photos, and you know how unflattering those before pictures are.
Sometimes the after ones too.
Terrible.
I mean,
some of the after, and people don't want, they don't want people to know they've had all this work done. It's so what the 3 levels that they are exposed here, that the physician has potential liability, is under HIPAA. Number 1, HIPAA has 2 arms to it. It has a penalty arm, which is the Department of Health and Human Services has a division that is particularly there to go after stuff like this. And they take it very seriously, and they levy huge millions of dollars sometimes in civil penalties. And that's not the lawsuit money. That goes to the government. That goes to DHHS, and it is just a straight up, penalty. Then there's criminal charges, like go to jail.
Oh, gosh.
If you're a doctor and you are careless and you commit, multiple HIPAA violations like this. So the FBI is investigating. They're not just investigating the hackers. They're also building a case against the doctor.
Wow.
So he potentially has criminal. And then he's got already 12 patients have sued, more are lining up to sue. So that's a whole separate, the civil suit, whole separate thing where he has financial exposure.
Lisa, let me ask you this, because my friend is an IT security, and he has a whole team that this company employs, because they're constantly, believe it or not, every single day getting attacked.
Oh, I believe
They're
it. I
constantly-
believe it.
These
Oh, for
ransom
sure.
people, they're what they're doing is they try to seize information, and it's all different. Either they seize information and they threaten to release it unless they pay the ransom, or they're taking down their system so it won't work. But they're constantly getting hacked, and they have a whole team of people, and sometimes they do get through, and they somehow manage to get because the hackers are just smarter. In a doctor's case, if he's doing everything that he's supposed to do on maybe today's level of protection, and somehow hackers still get in, is it still on the doctor?
It's still on the doctor. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
man, that sucks.
there are ways, but there are ways that doctors and lawyers, frankly, we can encrypt information in there. So even if a hacker gets through your system, that they can't get your patient's personal information. So,
Okay.
and I think the doctor too. I mean, why did they include the faces on like like you said, the neck down procedures included faces? Why? I mean, even when he just took the picture, he should have just taken it from the neck down.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
I know when me, Squid, and Matt went for our penal reduction surgeries recently, our faces were in it.
Weird.
Yeah.
So
I
weird.
didn't understand why full body. I was like, can you just go?
But
Please.
in that case, you didn't care
But I
because you're
didn't
like,
care.
go ahead and
it's
use
so
it.
distracting anyway.
I don't know. I have a problem. I think that there should be a certain level that we hold people accountable, and I think carelessness is a big problem.
Well, but
when
Lisa's
you're
saying-
this guy's telling me that they have some of the most sophisticated systems in the world, and then every once in a while, somehow, they get through.
But
It is. That is true. I mean, it is there. Hackers are continually moving sort of one step ahead of all the mechanisms all the roadblocks we throw up.
Mm-hmm.
So it is definitely, and there have been you hear about this just about every day where hackers either like in the medical setting, just in the last few years, there was like just thousands of people who were exposed through Anthem Health Insurance had a data breach, and all of those people's private information. Anthem had to pay $115 million to its health insurance subscribers who had their data breached, and they also had to pay $16 million in civil penalties to the government.
How come when
So
Target?
makes-
Oh, sorry, Lisa.
go
Talking
ahead.
to our official attorney, Lisa Lanier. Like, there's a Target breach. I didn't get any extra discount at Target.
Mm-mm.
There's every day. There's
Probably, I mean, you may have missed a letter or an email
Dang
or something that said
It's
because
low.
usually when there's a data breach, they offer you one of the popular things that they offer right now is a free subscription to a fraud security lockdown kind of
Like a
software.
credit check, too.
Yeah.
They,
okay.
Exactly.
yeah,
Sometimes they'll offer you that to guarantee that that if somebody tries to hack you, you've got something in place.
But it seems to be that what you're saying about this doctor is that there were some missteps that he was already taking. His office has these
Sounds like
100%.
photos
I
with the
get that.
face, and they're not encrypting it the way and protecting themselves the way that Lisa says doctors and lawyers should be doing
I
it.
get
so,
that,
yeah.
but she's basically saying they're still liable even if they take today's standards. And
Right.
what's scary is, I hate to be very negative about this, but AI has now caused even a more problem because these AI systems are basically training itself to overcome
To
whatever
hack,
system
right?
Yeah.
you have.
Right.
And eventually it's just
It's
going to lock us
very
out and set off the nuclear weapons, and we can't do anything. And we didn't mean to set them off. And then China's like, what are you doing? And we're over.
We just went down a very
Yeah.
dark rabbit hole with you.
And China
Thank
is
you.
always like, hey, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Come on.
Hey.
That's why you need to live your
It's
life to the
hard.
fullest.
That's
You
right.
know, like just recently, a lady that works with me was on vacation in Las Vegas and couldn't enjoy the casinos for like 2 or 3
I
days
heard about that.
because they were hacked and completely shut. And they paid the ransom. They were hit with ransomware. They were completely 2 of the biggest casinos in Vegas completely shut down.
Millions of
and
dollars they were
paid the
losing.
ransom. Millions. And yeah, that's what they were losing, $25 million a day. And the ransom was $25 million, coincidentally. So they paid it.
But the thing is, if you pay, what
Wow.
happens is, this is the
Yeah.
problem. When you pay the ransom, more and more people want to get into this lifestyle because, oh, look how much money we can make. They pay it. And then I hear sometimes they pay it and they just disappear. And
They
they just
don't-
have your
yeah.
money and they don't do anything
And they
back.
don't. Yeah, they
That's
don't fix
weird
it.
that
Yeah.
somebody that would hold you for ransom won't keep their word.
Yeah.
That's odd.
What about
But
the
he was a
gas
straight
line?
shooter.
Remember the gas line?
He seems
that
so
happened?
honest.
Yeah.
The
What-
gas line? The
Oh,
corner
yeah,
that-
yeah, yeah.
That
Uh-huh.
was held by ransom. And I heard they paid, but if it's just like when you're paying the ransom, you're now establishing a business that is going to become even more bigger.
Well, it's kind of like if you give in to your spouse or to your kids or anything,
Forget it.
they don't respect you going forward, and they just keep, stealing from you.
And they just walk all over you, right?
they do.
Yeah, got to set those boundaries.
You got to set them, and it's very hard to do.
Right.
All right, you're awesome, as always.
Thank you, Lisa.
Official attorney of Jared and Key in the morning, Lisa Lanier. If you're ever injured on the job, contact her right away at hireaheavyweight.com.